What's up, pups? I hope you're doing absolutely amazing wherever you are in the world right now. My name is Saint Wolf, and I hope that your life has been getting better and better ever since you started watching my videos. But more importantly, that your net worth is getting better and better. Today, I'm going to talk to you about something that's very near and dear to my heart. Something that gets picked on often, but doesn't have anyone to stick up for it yet. And that is my favorite DEX in the world, PulseX. Let me show you what's going on, why I think it's so great. And I'd stick around to the end because I'm going to show you something that I think is going to blow your mind. Something that I've been using on that DEX for a long time, and I think it's transforming my net worth. All right, let's check it out. All right, now this is the DEX called PulseX. It's not that special when you first look at it. It is a exchange, okay? And you would come here immediately. The first things you'd probably look at would be where we are, the exchange, and V1 or V2, which are different liquidity pools, I guess. And generally, a lot of projects are on V2, but V1 also has a lot of potential, and you kind of have to check. So you'd come over here. By default, I'd start here on V2. You'd load up what it is you're looking at. Maybe you want to get some, you have some stablecoin, or you've wrapped ETH, you bridged in, and you want to get some PulseX. So you'd put it in here, and here you've got a population of the price there, and then it populates down here of what you're going to get. Now let's switch to, now here you see you've got a wrapped ETH of 3,147, and it's offering you 106,480,000 PulseX, which has a slightly lower value. So let's check V1. Aha, we went to V1 and your slippage is a lot less, or the arbitrage is better for you. Now we come over here to this wheel, and I have it set to 7 only because I was trading alts recently, but maybe I would just put it at 1. I leave off auto router expert mode and disable multi-hops. Legacy routing. I don't know. I leave this off. It works out better for me. That's what I figured out. So we can go back and forth again. Yeah. V1 is where it's at. Now, sure, there's a slight discrepancy in this price, this arbitrage, but remember, the fees are pennies, okay? So you would, your wallet, you see mine's loaded up here, and you'd go ahead and make your trade like you would anywhere else. Now I'm going to show you, if you click on this button, it just opens it up to more, okay? And you're going to see the wrapped ETH Plsx pair. Let's see what it gives me, shows me over the week. Cool. So let's say I said, you know what, I want to buy some Pulse with it. So same thing, you come over here and say I got 1 wrapped ETH, and you say, look at this is fantastic. So 1 wrapped ETH gives me 50,812,400 Pulse, okay? And only a $10 difference, and like I said, it's just pennies to make the trade. Let's see what V2 has. Yep, so V1 is where you want to be. Let's come, that is a bridge. This is where you'd want to come if you were bridging in your different assets, whether that's stable coins or Ethereum or what have you. So it's conveniently put down there. You just follow these links. You'll download it, because remember, this is decentralized, right? So even when you use PulseX the first time, I think for you, you'll have to download this app that'll offer you a couple options to download. You see some down here. Mine's already been downloaded, so it populated immediately. And I've certainly gotten familiar with this bridging in, and so that's what that is down there. Because a lot of people are still new, you're going to be bridging things in. Let me show you this over here. This is if you're liquidity providing. It's more for advanced users. There's certainly videos for that can help guide you. Now, let's say you've done your trade, and you just want to see what's going on. Oh, let me show you we got the bridge. Here's a Twitter, okay? It's PulseX. Okay, you got 60,000 followers. Let's look at it. Obviously, the Heartman has been getting reposted on here. You know, it's a DEX right now. It's not so exciting, but soon it will be as we ramp up. There's no doubt about it. I want to show you the chart, and then I'm going to show you the buy and burn. Okay, here we go. This is PulseX DAI and PulseX Pulse. I look at both. There's more liquidity on the Pulse pair, but I'm going to use this because I think a lot of you guys are coming from the greater crypto world, and just pricing it in the stablecoin might make sense right now. So right now the price is at 0.00002747. Okay, and we are holding above this trending support. Okay, it's been trending up since the beginning, May. Okay, and we touched it back in September, October, December, January, and we haven't touched it again yet. So let's see what happens. Hopefully, maybe we just stay here and continue up. We had a nice inverse head and shoulders here, but it's broken down, and we will see how we go. But just like our motto on this channel, I'm bringing you this project where I think is a great time to DCA. I mean, this is an incredible place. We can look over here and see there's a tremendous amount of support and liquidity at 0.000018. Okay, we have fallen past 0.000028, and there's not a ton of support here. So maybe we just need to fill out this range, and maybe we're going to build support until we meet this trend line somewhere over here, which could absolutely happen, and we take off, or we come down, we touch it, make a couple bounces, and take off. If I come over here to the weekly, you can see we might be rolling over a little bit. Doesn't mean this couldn't change directions very quickly. Just really quick, I look at things like this, really basic. You can see we're either just broken through or we're holding. We're right on the edge, but I do certainly think we're going to go sideways here and fill this area out, and I do think we might touch this right around here and take off. That's what I think could really happen. So you're in a really great place to DCA into PulseX right now. Let me show you the holders. So there's 199,968 holders of PulseX right now. Okay, and the market cap is at 3.91 billion. Now that is including the OA, which just is a wallet that takes and destroys or just doesn't get used a large amount of the supply. So if you remove that OA, I'm on GoPulse right now where you can do this very quickly at this toggle. You see it's actually only a 561 million market cap. Okay, so let's go here, and this might be Hardman. Somebody has almost 30%, but below that you can see the next wallet is 5%, and then it falls off, and you've got a beautiful distribution. So, oh, maybe because of the buy and burn, this is actually the wallet of the DEX, and this could be like the Heartman or a whale. So you got that. Now let me show you GoPulse while we're here. Now GoPulse is cool because it's an amazing website. You should check it out. I'm mostly just going to show you this over here, PulseX, because you can see that we've burned 843 billion PulseX. That's almost 4.25% of the supply. See, PulseX is a deflationary token. It's constantly buying and burning its own coin. It's just part of the math, part of the code. And actually, when the price goes down, it burns more. So it's a really cool element of the fundamentals of PulseX, and something you got to keep in mind that when this rallies, it could be very, very powerful. And then when it goes back to a place where it has a drawdown or goes sideways, it ramps up its own burning mathematically. And we haven't even really made our run yet. It's a brand new DEX, brand new layer 1. And we've already burned almost 5% of the supply. That's absolutely incredible. So this is a very, very cool website. You can see there's tons of cool stats here. Yeah, here, put the holders here too, about 200,000. Supply is 142 trillion. It's 359 days old. It's almost a year old. I think, yeah, it's coming up. My birthday's coming up too. That was great. So PulseX and my birthday are similar. It's the largest decentralized exchange on PulseChain. I think PulseX could have some of the largest liquidity in the world. This is a cool video by Coffee Crypto. He goes in deep in a lot of cool projects on Pulse. Let me show you. Now I'm going to show you what I told you about, and I promised you at the beginning, something that is changing my life that I think is going to be really cool. All right. So let me show you that right now. Guys, do me a favor, give this video a like, and also subscribe, because this is life-changing information. All right. Now, what I want to show you is the farms. The farms on PulseX. This is where it's at. And this is why this is absolutely one of my favorite just places to be. Because ever since this came out, starting about June, July, I started farming, okay? And the first pool is probably the simplest, okay? And you can see you get almost 16% APR. You're just putting PulseX and Pulse together. It's a very safe bet. Anyone can do it. I'm farming in there. And you earn incentive token, which is another token part of the Pulse Layer 1 ecosystem, okay? That's your reward token, okay? You can immediately trade that, sell it, pull it into stables, do whatever you want, or hold it. Now, let's scroll down. You can see DAI and Ethereum, DAI from Ethereum, the eDAI and Pulse. You're earning 87.96%, okay? So let me give you an example. Okay, let's say you have, let's say you go, okay, you know what? I just bought some Pulse. Okay. I bought $2,000 of Pulse. Okay. And I got another grand left, but I don't want to deploy it for whatever reason. So I'm going to pair up $1,000 of DAI and $1,000 of the Pulse I just bought. Okay. So you put it in here. Okay. So the total will be $2,000, right? So you got $1,000 of Pulse and $1,000 of DAI. Now, let's say you do it for 1 year. This is how much you're going to make. $2,814, 140% return. That's at the current price of Inc., which is $822. Now, if Inc. 10X's, what's that? That's $28,000. All right. And Inc. is only at like, what is it, about $3 right now today. And I think Inc. could easily be at 100X from now. Okay. It could be $30 and then $300 is a walk in the park for incentive token. So you can imagine just staking that $2,000, not staking, you're farming it, you're providing liquidity. So there is impermanent loss. You guys need to educate yourselves on that. If you want details on it, let me know down below. I'll make a video on impermanent loss. But you have $2,000, 1,000 of DAI, 1,000 of Pulse, and you're making, let's say at 100X's, you're going to make $281,000 a year just for that. All right, because the incentive token is going to appreciate so that much. Let's say you just say, you know what, I only have $100. Okay. Well, let's do $100 a week. At these current prices, you'd be making half an incentive, which is $1.70. But once again, at 100X, that's $111 a week. Okay, that's almost $450 a month just for staking $100. All right. So it's pretty incredible what this is capable. Let's just go down a little bit. I'll show you some more. Look at this one, USDT from Ethereum and Pulse. Wow, this one's rocking right now, 95.17%. And same thing, there's calculator buttons right here. You guys can go through and calculate it. Look, Hex and Pulse. I actually have this. I have my Hex, my pHex, and I have it in here farming with Pulse. I don't remember how much I have exactly, but I think the incentive is going to be very valuable. So I put my Hex in here. I have Hex staked as well, but I have a lot of Hex in here as well. So let's say I come here and I go, same thing. I put $1,000 total. So that's $500 of Hex and $500 of Pulse. In 1 year, you'll make 111 incentive token, which right now is only $381, but could be worth $38,000. Okay. When ink goes up in value. And that's in 1 year. That's incredible. That's, I think the average salary in the US is what, 40, 50,000. So you're almost making a yearly salary for staking $500 of Hex, $500 of Pulse. That's incredible. I mean, 111 incentive token. That's phenomenal. That's incredible. So I'm in here. I'm in this pool. I think it's an awesome pool. In the beginning, I was doing these, and I got a lot of impermanent loss because when the market really tanked over the summer and the fall, I was earning all this ink, and I was losing Pulse and PulseX. I'd put some of my Pulse. I'd sacked, so I was holding it, and I'd put it in here, not understanding quite what impermanent loss was. And then come the bull run started up, and I ended up with less Pulse and PulseX, but then I ended up with a lot of incentive token, and I kind of panicked at first, but then I realized that incentive token shot up quite a bit more, and so I was like, okay, maybe this is okay. Maybe this is going to work out, and we'll see what happens. But maybe it worked in my favor. Now, you want to be careful when the market goes up, because that's when the pool is going to shift a lot, or down in my situation when the prices went down, right? So I ended up, people were dumping incentive and taking Pulse and PulseX. So my pool my share ended up with like a lot more incentive, and almost, I lost quite a bit of my Pulse and PulseX in those what I put in those pools. And so be careful. Maybe I got lucky, but I certainly learned a lesson. You got to monitor these pools, but there's incredible opportunity here, and I highly recommend getting in it, because it doesn't matter. Like, I started with just a little bit, and then as I learned and understood, I started increasing it and got more comfortable. Now I monitor these quite often. I understand the charts. I know how long we're going to consolidate, go sideways. So I'll have a few days or week where I can be chill, but then I know, okay, we're about to move, and which direction is it going to move, and how to compensate and reduce my pool. Now, the way I do it is I just come over here, and when you enable, like, you can't see it right now, but it'll allow you to decrease your pool or increase your pool. And you can do it by quarters, or you just type in the number thing. So I'll decrease by quarter or half or 3/4, depending on how big the move is going to be. And that comes from understanding, these markets, right? So I think we're going to consolidate, go sideways for a little while. So I'm fine just being where I am. Okay. So I don't need to touch anything. But if we start getting really bullish, I'd get back in the pool, and I'd figure out, okay, which pool I'm in. I'm in quite a few of these, so it depends, right? So I actually have some in here with Pulse and DAI. So if we start going up, I'll close this one down to a minimal, because I don't want to lose Pulse if we start going up, because people will be trading their Pulse or their DAI for Pulse, right? So, and I don't want to sell my Pulse right before we go ballistic. So yeah, this is the exchange. People give it a lot of crap because there's not like V3 liquidity, and you can't set like levels and things, but you got to remember that we're early, and we don't know what is in store for PulseX in the future, right? So you can be jumpy and be like, well, it doesn't have this, it doesn't have that. Well, bullshit, man. It's an amazing DEX, and it has these farms that are incredible. So I'm going to use that now. If there's V3 liquidity when it comes, and I have no doubt it's going to come, I'll start using that. But I'm not doing heavy trading right now. I'm really taking advantage of these farms and the sideways movements to accumulate more. And it's amazing. It's an amazing DEX. It's really fantastic. I recommend coming and checking out. If you guys have any questions, put them down below. Any comments, would love to hear about them. And I appreciate you sticking around. Get some PulseX. I'll talk to you later.